You're hiring a freelancer for a project. Two people reach out and you see these two email addresses. Which one do you trust with your money? Your email is the first impression you make, so you have to make it count. In my last video, I showed you how to get the domain for less than 9 euros a year. Now, it's time to put it to work. You want a professional mail for 3 simple reasons. Credibility, so you look like a pro. Ownership, so no company can ever lock you out. And privacy, so you control your own data. Today, I'll show you how to connect your custom domain to a professional inbox, make sure your emails land in inboxes and not in spam, and link everything to your favorite mail app. All in under 10 minutes. But first, let's quickly understand what's happening. You already know that your domain is your digital address. Think of your email provider as the postman. Your job is simply to tell your domain where to send the mail. We do this using an MX record, which stands for Mail Exchange. It's simply an instruction that says, hey, when someone sends an email to hello@yourdomain.com, deliver it here. We will also add 3 authentication protocols called SPF, DKIM and DMARC to make sure your emails land in the inboxes and not in the spam folders. All of this lives in your DNS settings, and after you change those, it can take up to 48 hours to fully update worldwide. So, if your test email doesn't arrive the very second we finish setting this up, don't panic, give it some time and it will come through. Now, before we set this up, you need to choose an email provider. There are a lot of options, but it really comes down to what you care about most. If you want maximum convenience, use Google Workspaces. You get a custom mail address powered by the familiar Gmail interface. It works with every app and device and comes with a full Google suite. The downside is it starts at around 6.80 euros per user per month and you are still inside Google's data ecosystem. If you care about privacy, ProtonMail and Tuta are both excellent options. They offer end-to-end encryption with no ads and European infrastructure. But there are trade-offs. Tuta doesn't support IMAP or SMTP, which means you're stuck in their mail interface rather than using your preferred mail client. Proton does support it, but only through something called Proton Bridge, which has to run in the background on your computer. And because Bridge is desktop only, you either use their mobile app or keep a machine running 24/7. For a lot of people, me included, that's a deal breaker. For my setup, I care about value and flexibility. That's why for this video I'm using Hetzner Web Hosting S. It's just 2.66 € a month, runs on German infrastructure, is GDPR compliant, and it gives you full IMAP and SMTP access. That means your email works natively in Apple Mail, Outlook, Thunderbird or your phone with no extra setup. And as a bonus, it also includes web hosting, which we are going to use in a future video to build a proper website. Today, we are setting up Cloudflare with Hetzner, but the process is similar with other domain and mail providers, so you can follow along regardless of what you are using. And the biggest win is, because you own your own domain separately, you can switch mail providers anytime. You just update the DNS settings, point them to a new provider, and your email address stays exactly the same forever. I'm going to walk you through the entire setup step by step, and I promise it's less intimidating than it looks. First, head to hetzner.com, log in, open Console H and create a new order. Select Web Hosting As, and when it asks you for a domain, choose I already have a domain. You don't want Hetzner to register a domain for you, as you already own yours on Cloudflare. Once your account is active, open Console H. This is their hosting control panel. It looks a little old-fashioned, but everything you need is in there. Inside Console H, go to Edit Domain, Mailboxes, New Mailbox, and create your email address. I recommend something like hello@ hi@ or your name at your domain. Avoid admin at your domain, as hackers specifically target that address because it often has elevated permissions. Select a strong password and hit save. Your mailbox is now created, but it won't receive any emails yet. So let's fix that. But first, a quick note. You might see a yellow warning telling you that you are using external name servers. That is perfectly fine. It just means Cloudflare is controlling your DNS, which is exactly what we want. Open a new tab and go to your Cloudflare dashboard. Select your domain, then click DNS, Records, Add Record. First, we need to point our mail traffic directly to the Hetzner server. Click Add Record and select Type A. Under Name, we put Mail, and for the IPv4 address, we paste the Hetzner mail IP system address, which you can find under the mail system in Console H. Here is a crucial step. You must click the orange proxy cloud so it turns gray. DNS only. Cloudflare's proxy is designed for website traffic, not email protocols. If you leave it orange, your email will not work. Next, we add the MX record. This tells the internet where to drop off the mail. Add a new record with the type MX. For the name, put an @ This means your root domain. Set the mail server to mail.yourdomain.com and the priority to 10. Finally, we add the security records that keep you out of the spam folder. We are adding 3 TXT records, copying the values straight from Hetzner under DKIM, SPF and DMARC. For SPF, set the name to your domain. For the content, paste the string Hetzner gives you. For DKIM, this was not active for me from the start, so I had to click Activate first. After that, I pasted the name and the content string from the Hetzner into the TXT record. For DMARC, this requires an active SPF and DKIM first, so after setting those up, wait for them to propagate. Once they show green check marks in Hetzner, you can create the final TXT record and copy the DMARC name and content over. Now, we have to wait for the DNS propagation before we can continue. For me, it was about 15 minutes, but don't panic if it takes longer. Once propagation is done, it's time to connect your new email to your preferred mail client. I'll show you an example with Thunderbird, but this also works with Apple Mail, Outlook, or your phone's native app. Go back to Hetzner Console H, and under Mailboxes, you will find the information on how to set up a mail program. Because we are using Cloudflare, auto-detect won't work, so we will have to use their manual server info. Here's a cheat sheet for what you need. Enter the initial details. Under Name, type the display name you want people to see. Copy your full email address and click Configure manually. Copy the IMAP cheat sheet info for the incoming server and the SMTP info for the outgoing server. Now test the connection, hit Continue, put in your email password and hit Continue again. Go ahead and send yourself a test email. And when it arrives, that's your professional email address. And that's it. You now have a professional email address that runs on your own domain, lands in your preferred email client, and belongs entirely to you. No platform can delete it, no algorithm can lock you out, and nobody can take that address away from you as long as you own the domain. Drop a like and consider subscribing if this video helped you out. And if you have any questions about the setup, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Tech is complicated enough. Your tutorials shouldn't be. I'm Raul and I'll see you in the next one.